Brian Banks. I'm calling from DeSoto, Texas. I'm actually trying to catch up with my wife, who, as I walked out the room, did not notice she had left already. So I'm not sure where she is. She should be calling me here shortly, and I'll tie her right in.
Good stuff.
Hey, Jen, I'm on the line. This is Denise. I'm here.
Hey, Miss Lovely Lady. Did you guys see your both of your rock star videos here over the last week?
Yeah.
I love it, and it's nice.
Jeez, y'all look good. We're gonna have to get you on film again, talking about some other topics, some just marketing and lead generation and business strategy topics, so that you've got some really cool marketing videos we can use later. Cool.
Oh.
All right, I'm in. Fantastic. All right, Miss Janine.
Hello, this is Janine Barkarsi calling from Glendale, California.
Good to have you, Miss Lady. Another Easter trooper. All right, and then your guys' sales manager Rick was not able to attend today because it's Easter, but I have a few of our own internal team members that I'd like to make sure have an opportunity to introduce themselves real quick. My lovely Michael.
Hello to everyone. Happy Easter to you.
Hello.
Thank you.
And Miss Kathy Marshall.
Happy Easter to everyone. Thank you for joining us.
All right, good stuff. So I'm going to record today's session because I know we have quite a few people that weren't able to attend, but it doesn't mean that it can't be interactive. So feel free to engage, ask questions. I'll try my best and know that I need help with this to stop in between each segment and ask for feedback, ask for interaction, ask for questions. I want you to think about it like this. I live and breathe this business. So just like you live and breathe yours or your prior experiences, it's easy to take that for granted when you're in a training environment. So I don't want to do that. I have a vested interest, I should say we have a vested interest in you guys and making sure that you are successful. Janine, good question. Let me take care of that. Is that better? I'm trying to make this screen a little bigger. Okay. So again, as I was saying, it's my job to make sure you guys are have the opportunity to be successful. Now, no different. Mike and I were talking about our children yesterday, and we had a good conversation about our interactions with them and where we stood. And I'll tell you, whether you're 2, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 50, 60, or 80 years old, doesn't matter to me. My philosophy in assisting someone to accomplishing their goals and their dreams or their homework or them learning something new really stems from you. And this is a conversation I have with my son on a regular basis. Both of our boys is, I will meet you where you are. So, and I mean this with the greatest love, care, and belief system. I'll give you the easiest example. If one of our kids needs help with homework or learning something new and we're sitting at the table and they start to get frustrated or they start to get a negative attitude or they start to become disengaged, I will also meet them at the disengage point. I'm not going to get a negative attitude. However, I will disengage. If they have a homework assignment or something that they want to learn or accomplish or do better at or do different at, or they have something in athletics, my son wants to learn how to do X better, and whatever that is, whether it's taking a jump shot or shooting a free throw or doing a layup, I will meet him where he is. If he chooses to get on the court every single day, I choose to get on the court every single day, and so forth. So the same thing applies, I believe, in not only my practice within our own organization, but also I want you to have the same philosophy with the people you surround yourself with. Quite frankly, in business, it's easy for us to tend to adopt those who are in need, but don't want to put in the work. And so I encourage you, If anything, as you go through this process, I want you to take account for the people that you invite in your life, where they want to go, what they're willing to do for it. And I want you to look for people who are willing to match the same amount of energy or more. And that includes our customers. When I'm dealing with a prospect or a client, quite frankly, if they come to the table and they're draggy or slow, or they sound disengaged or negative or disappointed, or they're always in a bad mood, I have no interest in pursuing that further. I do have an interest in pursuing people who have high energy, are excited about life, excited about business. They have goals, they have dreams. They're surrounding themselves by people who can make it happen and who do make it happen, who have make it happen on a regular basis. I'll give you an example. If you have a mental attitude when you go into this business that you are here to help entrepreneurs, new business owners, and startup companies become successful, you are going to wind up attracting many individuals who have not been successful as of yet, who do not have the practices, mental disciplines, and the behaviors to become successful as of yet. And you are valuing yourself first and foremost as a coach and a psychologist and a motivator before a guide. So I want you to really think about how you position and leverage your language or your message. Our goal is to assist those who are already successful in becoming more successful. Our goal is to take those individuals who are high achievers and help them be greater achievers. Many times when we're having a conversation or doing a training, I want you to think about this. Have you ever heard a speaker that when they stand up on stage, it sounds like they're talking to individuals who are unhappy, unsuccessful, unmotivated, not happy with how much they're making, not happy in their current job, not happy with where they are in their business? That does not have to be your message. What your message should include: are you an incredible business owner? Are you someone who has been able to build your business to $1 million or $2 million or $3 million, and you want to get to the 5 or the 10 million or the $15 million mark? Maybe you've gotten your business to 15 million and you've done it with no internet presence, no digital marketing presence, no social media, no video, and so forth. Could you imagine if you were able to include all of these different solutions as a part of your overall successful marketing plan? The message is very different when you're speaking to someone who has not been able to create success on their own, versus if you're sitting down and you're talking to an HVAC company who's been able to grow their business to a 5 million, 10 million, or $100 million company with no marketing, with no web, with no search, no social, no mobile, no video. That message will help carry you to where you ultimately want to be within your life and your business. First and foremost, we're lifestyle coaches. When you come to work with us, you're coming to work with us because you believe in what we believe in, and that is doing the right things in order to gain wealth and freedom, but not compromise one for the other. Does it require you to possibly put in more energy up front to be able to create more freedom down the road? Absolutely, but the mathematics will work. If you position yourself properly with the right message, right language, the right network, the right tools, the right technology, right strategy, and the right mentorship and support from us, it will allow you to be able to attract that which you are. And I promise you, you can only attract that which you are, not that which you want. So, and this is something to really set in the pocket and think about. If you want bigger business, to make more money, to have a better lifestyle, then you have to have the behaviors, the mental attitude of the people who are doing just that. Who you listen to as a coach, who you listen to as a guide, who you surround yourself with is going to be incredibly important. So I don't necessarily want to preach too much about that, but it's more important than you learning our products and services. It's more important than you learning where our contracts are located. Quite frankly, you can have all of the resources, the products, the services, the best price points on the market. You can have all of the tools and everything you need. But if it comes down to how you think as being the mental roadblock to being able to be successful, nothing else matters. And that's why we concentrate on that area. As I mentioned in the beginning, I want to stop for a second and get your feedback on just that. What are your thoughts? Do you have any roadblocks that you'd like to discuss, or any thoughts or constraints that maybe we can help clear up and help put you guys in the right direction? Or does that make sense to you? And if so, is there anything we can do to help continue to make sure that you are able to either change your thinking or sit in that pocket with the right thinking longer, so that we can start to see the kind of success you guys want? And I know all of you jumped into business on your own for freedom. And I want to make sure you guys get that. And it's going to take some time and some work, but I promise you, we're just repeating a process that we've already done. With that, any thoughts or comments?
No, makes sense.
Brian, talk to me.
No, it makes perfect sense so far. You attract who you are. Been living by that principle for a little while.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I think that it's okay to share that with customers too. All too often, people are looking for just the sale, and they don't set the individual up with kind of the mentality that we want them to have, because we're afraid we might lose a sale if that's not how they already think. I will show you over time that you absolutely can delicately tell someone how you want them to think throughout the process. And that's going to help you be successful in this beginning to end. It really will. So we'll kind of go through that as well. All right. So we're going to go through a few different kind of technical things. We're going to get some operations and tactical things done, get you guys organized. The first thing, I want you to bookmark the page that is 12steproadmap.com/sales. This is not in the menu navigation, so you just need to bookmark it. Again, it's 12steproadmap.com/sales. Technically, this page should be on the CI Web Group page, but because we're in the process of rebuilding that website, I don't want to do that. So we'll just leave it here. This is broken into a few different areas. The first thing is getting set up. This is almost done. We've got a couple things that we're not quite done with, so you guys will be able to come back to here and refresh this page and see some additional things. So first things first, we need to make sure that you're set up in our accounting system. I know when you close the deal, the first thing you want to do is get paid. We want you to as well. So make sure you've got a W-9 on file. You can just print this, or excuse me, you can open this document up, fill it out. If you're a sole proprietor, you're going to fill it out as a sole proprietor. If you happen to have an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, and so forth, you can put on your corporate ID. And then you're just going to email it back to ap@ciwebgroup.com. Next thing you're going to do, now let me back up. If you want to practice uploading something into the CRM system, you can create a lead with your own information, convert it to a customer, and in your customer record, upload your 1099 as a file in your customer record, and that's an easy way to do it too, but it's good practice. So it's totally up to you. The next thing is, we want you to fill out the independent sales rep agreement, and I'm going to go through this document with you so you guys kind of get an idea of how that works. So everyone on this call is in an independent contractor arrangement versus a reseller program. A reseller program is going to be someone who has their own digital marketing agency. They're paying us a monthly fee to be their back office administration and fulfillment house, as well as their marketing team. You guys will be leveraging the branding of CI Web Group, JenniferBagley.com, 12-Step Roadmap, DNet, and so forth. And you'll be able to leverage our brand and all our marketing materials to be able to take these solutions to market. So in that position, you're an independent contractor and sales rep. I have to catch this C, lowercase c, before Jeannie catches it. I'm just teasing. I love her. Okay. So very simple. You guys can read through the nuts and bolts. Essentially, the position is sales. As an independent contractor, you choose where you work, when you work, how you work, and so forth. Again, there's no minimums. There's no requirements. The only thing is the more effort you put into it, the more successful you are. And the more energy we see you putting into doing the right activities, the more energy we're going to put into you. So we're going to match your efforts. And we're going to make sure that if you are successful at setting appointments, we're going to get you new opportunities to set more appointments. If you're successful at doing the follow-up on proposals that have been sent to clients, we're going to do more consults with you, get more proposals on the table because we know you're successful at getting the contracts back in and getting paid. If you're successful at scheduling speaking events, then we're going to be looking for new opportunities to get you in a position to be able to book us with new speaking opportunities and then process those leads and opportunities. So let's go through most important pieces, compensation. So for any leads and opportunities, you guys actually, and this got changed to first 6 months. For any leads and opportunities you guys bring in on your own, then we're going to pay you 25% of the total price. Now, if you can imagine, if you sell a website, you guys are technically getting paid 25% of the entire revenue that's brought in. The amount of expenses related to design and development and project management and server costs and expenses to be able to produce that kind of a product is great. So you guys, that is a killer commission for being able to throw a deal over the fence and not have to do anything else. All right, so I will teach you, for those of you that are interested in generating new opportunities, I will teach you how to do this. Also, the majority of our contracts are 6-month agreements. So we'll pay you 15% of the 6-month agreement. If you participate in getting the renewals out of the clients, then it'll be a new agreement and another 6 months, and it'll go from there. So from a residual standpoint, we have clients that are investing between $2,000 and $7,500 a month to $10,000 a month. On our high end, we have our mid-tier clients who invest on the low end $700 a month, on the high end $2,000 a month, and then we have our beginners who are investing anywhere between $100 a month and $600 a month. So those are your markets. As far as residuals, your residuals are everything. We're constantly looking at new products and services we can put in that are based on a monthly subscription fee. One, because that's what clients need. Marketing is a process, not a project. So having somebody buy something one time and then take off is like buying a Lamborghini, parking in a garage, and nothing happening. It doesn't work in the marketing environment. So it's more about creating a business model that drives success for our clients. Denise and Brian, you guys put me in a speaking event where we had an opportunity to meet with and then do consultations for a group of individuals, your clients. And I will tell you, hands down, every single conversation boils down to one thing. How do I market? How do I leverage the internet? How do I leverage social media? How do I leverage search engines? How do I leverage video? Everything that we do, your entire organization needs, and they want that guidance. So the great part is you now have a solution that can help them be successful in their primary practice or in their primary business, which is awesome. No matter what business somebody is in, if they don't learn to be a marketer, then they're in hot water. You guys, if you think about an attorney that goes to school, or a CPA, financial planner, mortgage broker, real estate agent, the one thing that is not part of their subject matter expertise training is the fact of how do I become an inbound marketer? How do I leverage all of these technologies? And quite frankly, it would be difficult for them to do that simply because technology is constantly changing. So that's hard. I don't expect anybody, I expect whatever business you're in or trade or profession you're in, you to become an expert of that trade or profession. But having the expectation that they would also become expert marketers, bloggers, content marketers, videographers, and everything else is not realistic. So it is exactly why they need us, why they need you to help them guide them through that process. Any questions or thoughts based on that so far?
No, that's absolutely right. Most of us are taught belly-to-belly marketing. You have to kind of take that extra step to learn anything above and beyond that, but it's absolutely needed.
You know, I like that you said that, because one of the first, after I talked to a couple people, one of the first questions I asked is, I said, do you feel like you have, God, how did I word it? Do you feel like you have, what do I say, like dried up, or you've whatever your entire existing network? Do you feel like you've used up kind of your existing resources? Everybody you already know. And the answer every time was yes. Yes, I feel like I've worked through my existing network of people that I know, and now what? So that makes total sense. Awesome.
Right.
Okay. So next, we obviously as a company have built 10 years worth of lead generation tools. We also have many things that we do on a regular basis. And I'm going to teach you how to leverage our radio show, television show, and webinar series to be able to quickly generate new opportunities. In addition to that, we have 5 YouTube accounts, thousands of videos, and we generate leads on a regular basis through all of our own activities as a company. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for those of you who show a complete interest, a dedication. So you guys quickly position yourselves from a branding standpoint as a marketing expert or business development expert within CI Web Group's umbrella, and that you quickly start maneuvering into that position. The faster I see you move into a public display of you being a coach, a consultant, a representative with our organization, the faster I'm going to start shooting over new opportunities that work, quite frankly, out of bandwidth to help. I would say one of the number one complaints we get at CI Web Group is that we don't call people back. It's not nice. It's not nice. I'm not proud of it. But people get very frustrated with the fact that they contact us through our social media sites. They contact us through YouTube. They leave comments on our videos. They fill out forms. They fill out registrations. They send emails. They're interested in doing business with us. And or we called them once or had one consultation, but if they didn't make a decision instantly, we have too many fish to fry that we didn't do a great job of follow-up. So part of the reason why we are, after many years, developing and investing in a sales force is for that reason. We're great at generating leads and opportunities. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I want to say it was maybe 4 years ago. We hired a company, extensive amount of money. I believe we paid around $20,000 in the first month, and then $8,000 a month afterwards to assist us in sales management and closing. After about 5 months, and this is a company that specializes in the sales industry. After about 5 months of them working with us, I was looking at the pipeline. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I close personally, 7 to 12 deals a month, and that's running a company. At that point, I was a single mom. I mean, all of the things you could put on someone's plate to prevent them from doing as well as they could. But there was no closings coming out of these guys. And finally, I sat down with them after about 4 months and $40,000. And they're just like, what? This is a joke. What is the deal? They sat down in a room. They had all these spreadsheets and documents and lists and this thing. And they were like, this is ridiculous. We can't even get organized. At that point, I had leads coming in from 7 different meetup groups, 5 different YouTube channels. I think we had 5 or 6 different websites. I had my speaking engagements. At that point, I was speaking 4 to 5 times per week. We had existing customer referrals. I was doing business blitz and CI Web Group training classes in our office space. It was ridiculous. And they said it's overwhelming. So the philosophies that we preach and teach and with our customers and our prospects are the same philosophies that we use to generate our own business internally. I want you to really think about this. When you look at a company, for example, a week ago, and these are stories you're going to need to be able to share with other people. But if you have an advertising company, come and sit down in your office, which this happens to every major company. This happens to every major company across the nation. If they're in the yellow pages or they have a brick and mortar, or they're in City Search, they're getting a call from some kind of advertising company that finds them on the internet, finds them on yellow pages, calls their phone number, comes into their office, off a cold call, and does a presentation to try and get them to buy whatever advertising and marketing services they sell. Think about this. Every business across the nation is getting phone calls from SEO companies on a regular basis. The SEO company finds them on the internet, sends them a cold email that says, hey, we found you on the internet, blah, 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 blah. Or I found you on Yellow Pages, and they are using those tools to be able to sell advertising. If advertising worked to generate business, why wouldn't the company selling advertising use advertising to generate new advertisers? If the SEO company that was contacting them right off the internet had SEO plan that worked and generated new leads and opportunities, why wouldn't they be using their SEO services to generate new business? If you really, really think about that. Now, I'm not saying that we won't target a specific industry. And for example, the HVAC industry, the majority of our HVAC clients are all on the East Coast, central states, but we don't have very many HVAC companies on the West Coast side. So we may create a campaign because we want to open up a division that focuses on SEO efforts for our HVAC companies on the West Coast. However, our company as a whole uses the same principles, the same practices, the same tools, the same services that we sell to generate the majority of our business. The majority of our business. And so it doesn't happen overnight. For someone that comes in, they want to implement a website and an SEO plan and so forth. Are they going to absolutely have a new business coming at them overnight? Absolutely not. But if they focus on those things which are permanent, they will. So that being said, what I'm looking for is those individuals who are incredible with people skills. You don't need to be an expert. The reason you don't need to be an expert is I'm going to provide you with videos, sales letters, testimonials, portfolios. I'm going to give you everything you need to be able to quickly say, here's an introduction to CI Web Group. Boom, play video. Here's a little bit about what you do. You've got 9 services videos that explain each one of the primary areas. Here's a few testimonial links of what our customers think about our services. Testimonial videos. If you're interested in setting up a consultation or signing up for our free training program, we'd love to have you join us. Boom. Everything is already pre-created. So what I'm looking for is someone that is self-motivated, self-disciplined, has a little bit of swag in talking to people, is friendly, is a conversationalist, and believes in our philosophy, believes in what we do. And with that, and believes that the consumers need it. And if you have that, you're going to be extremely successful. All right, so for leads that we hand over, we'll pay you 15% of the upfront development fees plus 10% of the upfront marketing plan. This is temporary. I have had a handful of people who come in and they are incredibly good at booking leads, closing deals, and so forth that we hand over. And so we've changed this and modified them and had all leads no matter what, which is actually easier for us to manage on the typical percentages that we have. Now, in addition to that, those of you that understand the fastest way to generate the largest database is going to be booking us to speak. If you are negotiating a deal, and I'll help you understand which ones pay, which ones don't. But if they are paying, for example, $4,000 plus expenses for me to speak at the event, then you're going to make $1,600 flat fee for this event. And then finally, we do have some individuals or some companies that hire strictly for consulting and project management, and that same commissions apply for all of that. Now, here's some opportunities: independent sales and lead generation. So this walks through how to identify opportunities for speaking. I'm not going to go through this line by line because I'm going to show you. This goes through how to generate leads, your own network, our social media sites, your own social media sites. Number 1, 12-step roadmap registrations. I'm going to show you how to identify specific target markets and go after those, personal referrals, blogging on any of our sites. When we launch our new DNet site, you guys are going to have access to that site. You can post as much content as you want. I'll teach you how to do webinars, conference calls, Google Hangouts. You can leverage every single week you have marketing opportunities. We have 12-step roadmap webinar. Every person you get, so So think about it like this. I'm about to get out of this document because it's boring me, but you guys can go back to it right here. Okay, let's get into get organized and get educated. First one is register for our training meetings or sales meetings. Next is we have watch our prior sales training. We have a video playlist. So each one of these is recorded. Janine and I did a one-on-one yesterday. That was recorded and also placed in here as well. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube accounts. These are the 3 primary YouTube accounts. So let me pull these up so you can see them real quick. Every time we add a new video, if you're subscribed to it, you'll get a notice that we added a new video. We're kind of the kind of company you probably want to subscribe to because we add new videos every week, if not almost every other day. So you can see each one, testimonial, 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 and so forth. Strategy on SEO, on social media, mobile marketing, video marketing, branding, content, strategy overall, local reviews, blogging, CRM, email, and so forth. For Jennifer Bagley, as far as if you're marketing us as a speaker, you have testimonials from tons of different people. See, there's Denise and Brian. Okay, so refresh what? Oh, all right, I'll do that. Let me refresh as they're continuing to add as we speak. You also have under here, this is our 12-step roadmap program. So you also have all of our 12-step roadmap videos. If you want, so for example, let me go back to here. I'm going to open up our action plan, which is all of our agreements for 12-step roadmap. Let me show you where to find it up here. So if you go into work and you click on action plan, so if you want to market web, search, and social, the videos are all going to be, or excuse me, web development, web design, the videos are all going to be under step 3. So you can go under webinars, you can go to step 3 here. If you're on our YouTube account, you'll see everything that says step 3 here. But this is, if you just want to get somebody to take a look at improving their website, then all 3 of the videos for step 3, it'll be 4 after next week. That would be an easy series to put someone in. So instead of, let me give you an example. Hang on a second. Let's go through this process-wise. So let's go into a sales letter. I'm going to open up a sales letter from here. This is one sample sales letter, and you'll have a whole bunch more in here as we drop them in. So this says, Aretris is who wanted this. It says, she said, I want to be able to contact someone who likes my fan page. So can I have a sales letter for it? Which I love that. And she sent the request. You don't have to be too formal. She sent the request via Facebook. I said, no problem. Give me a few days. And we made her a sales letter. It says, thank you very much for liking my fan page. My name is, put your name in there. I am most importantly, and I'm a marketing consultant for CI Web Group, a digital marketing agency. Most importantly, I love introducing new business owners and entrepreneurs and sales professionals to our free training programs that are designed to help you grow personally and professionally. I took a moment to review your fan page and your website, and I can see that you may benefit from these 2 things. 1, we have a free weekly digital marketing training series I believe you could benefit from. It's a 12-step roadmap to accelerate results. I recommend that you register for this program right away, as it will help you better leverage web search, social, mobile, and video marketing. You can register here. Please select my name in the drop-down box. So let me click on this, and we're going to go over here. So here's the registration. Each one of you already has your name in the drop-down box. So you simply want them to click that name. The second we see that you've referred somebody to register for training, then we're going to take this lead when it comes into the system. We're going to assign it to you in the CRM system, and you are going to try and get them to register for this. So the next one says we have a free digital marketing evaluation that would also really help you identify where you are, where you want to go, and some simple things you can put in place to get there. Our CEO does a handful of these on a weekly basis. I believe I can get you scheduled with her, learn more about her here, and see some of our work here. So instead of, the number one way to generate leads is to simply invite people to free training. Number one, training is done either on our webinars, which is through the 12-step roadmap, or I have a radio show. If you go to achieveacceleratorresults.com, what I'll do is I'll interview each one of you on my radio show, so you wind up getting a feel for what it's like, and so you have some content in there. We'll talk about your role and what you do and why you're passionate about it, why it's important, and everything else. So that's your sales tool. And then also you can use different sales. I'll let you know which of those radio shows you should use as a kind of a most important sales tool for you guys to be able to send out to people. But essentially it comes down to this. If the only thing you're promoting is the fact that if you're a business owner, you need to sign up for our training programs, first thing is get them to register. That gets them into the lead system as a new lead. The second thing is you let them know, you guys, there's 100 videos in there. My best recommendation is sign up for a complimentary consultation. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to go, how you're going to get there. And after that consultation, we will give you a list of the video segments in the training video that we recommend you watch. That'll save you time. What I don't want you to do is have to go through 100 different videos. We're going to be able to identify which of the training sessions that are already recorded and they're in the archives that are going to help you the most. Okay? I promise you those videos are designed to be able to teach and educate consumers, business owners, and entrepreneurs and salespeople how to leverage and what to look for when it comes to web search, social, mobile, and video. So by sending them to the training, you're pre-selling and educating your customer. So once they've watched the training, tell them to get back to you after they've watched it, and then we'll come back and say, are you looking to improve? So most of the work, what I want you to be able to do is work from anywhere. I do not want you going on sales appointments in people's homes or at people's offices or sitting at coffee shops. That to me is a total waste of time. We work in a digital environment. Our client base spreads from East Coast to West Coast around the world, and I don't have to go to people's offices to be able to do business. So I want you to be able to take advantage of that as well. Any thoughts on this sales process, registering someone for the sales meeting and or following up with them and letting them know that we'd like to do a consultation with them?
No.
Simple?
So far, so good.
I'm sorry, say that again?
So far, so good.
All right, cool. All right, let's go back to the sales process. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go to getting organized. So we had you bookmark each of the YouTube websites. Make sure you like each one of our fan pages. If you find yourself as being someone that wants to administer and or assist in marketing on our fan pages, then please let me know. We'll make you a content contributor on the fan page. We'd be happy to have you. I know Janine is really she's probably the most interactive person on all our fan pages, more than any of us, so she's got that under wraps. Okay, next thing, customize your own fan page with approved graphics. So let's say you have a fan page and it's for something else that you do or you personally. I'd recommend that you create a new one that is a co-branded or a branded fan page that's specifically focused on marketing, business development, business coaching, and business growth. You have the ability to customize that fan page, so go create one. You can create it as a company, a business, a product, or you can create it as I think they call them celebrity figures. These are all the tools you have to market as far as branding and design goes. So if you jump into this section right here that says sliders, you have tons of sliders that are designed to be able to help you market. So if you want to put this as a header, just download this image, and this can be your header image on your Facebook page. You're driving people to 12-step roadmap. And if you have a fan page and you want our company to assist you in promoting marketing materials, if you want us to help you with pushing content onto your fan page, all you need to do is make myself and Mike managers. And what we will do is put your fan page into our company's marketing rotation. So any content we're pushing out to our company will also push out to your fan page on your behalf. It'll look as if you posted it yourself. You guys can modify it, you can edit it, you can add your own content as well. It will not be done on the same hour or the same day. It will be random, so it's not going to be like if somebody's a fan of ours and they're a fan of your page that they're going to see all the same content on the same day. It'll be all on different days, but we want to help you be able to automate anything we can. And also, that is a service that we sell, so I want you to know how it works, get a feel for it, and just imagine being able to talk to somebody and say, I have my own fan page. I'm a consultant with the company, but I still have my own fan page, and the company pushes out my content every single day on my behalf. I don't have to do anything other than comment, engage, add personal content, things that they can't put on there for me, because you're going to sell that service and it's a residual service. By the way, we were going through this document, the contractor document that had all the commissions on it. We are in the process of building out a affiliate-based sales tool where you will have a handful of products and services you will be able to get people to sign up directly online for using your affiliate link. And those residual commissions are paid forever. There's no 6-month agreement. There's no terms, because those are, it's a subscription that they sign up for. They sign up with your affiliate link. You track all your commissions internally. We pay you like that. So that program will be done and launched with the new CI Web Group website. Inside this portfolio, I want you to get an idea. So inside Pinterest, you have, these are logo designs. If somebody wants to see our work, just a sample. These are web designs. So if they want to see what we do for a website, or you want to show, if you're talking to an HVAC company and they want to see how we design an HVAC website, go grab them, share them, Facebook share them. So you can say from here, you can post, you can say we're excited to launch a new website for blah, 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 blah. You guys have the easiest, we're marketers, it's what we do. So you have the easiest portfolio and group of marketing tools you could imagine. Most companies don't have this. You guys have tons of content. This is a design we're doing for Dynamic Entertainment. There's another design. There's a design for Flanders. Your design, this is a live site. Sullivan Propane and Oil. This is the new DNet site. So you guys, we have anything you want to be able to market, it should be in here. And if it's not, we're adding stuff into this portfolio on a regular basis. All right, I'm going to go back. These are web designs. These are videos. So all the videos that are in YouTube are also in here. Testimonial videos and so forth. So this takes, the benefit to this is it takes the primary marketing videos from all 3 of our channels and it puts it into one location. So if you want our professional quality video work without getting all of our YouTube garbage, you can literally send a link to somebody that's interested in having us do video for them. You can send a link to this particular portfolio and it has all of our work in there. Sliders, I just showed you. You guys use these. You can use these for your own fan pages. I'll just point out a couple of them. They're not in there yet. I was going to show you, CI Web Group has one that has all of our products and services. That'll be in here shortly. But just to kind of give you some examples. If you want to concentrate on SEO, if you want to concentrate on registering people for a 12-step roadmap, learning, the smartest people love to learn, register for our webinar series, and so forth. So you've got lots of little cool banners you can use for your Facebook page. You guys need marketing materials or quotes that you share. These are custom designed quotes that we've built. We continue to add to this portfolio. They're designed to change the way people think, but also these are what we use for our clients' marketing tools, so you guys feel free to use these as often as you want. Book covers, our team, our photography, mobile apps, business cards, speakers, Google app training videos, and so forth. Thoughts or questions? All right, easy enough.
Actually, real quick,
Shoot, yes.
if in your Pinterest, if you have a picture of something that we like, can we use those pictures to put on our own quotes?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, if you want, over the next 5 months, we're going to Costa Rica, California, Oregon, Seattle, Canada, and Cabo San Lucas, and we're doing a complete custom for another set of custom photography. So what we'll do is, as we're traveling, we will download all of the custom photography that we have. We'll create a folder for just all our photography. You can use any image you want. They'll all be professional images. Plus, we own all the rights to them because we took them, and you can add any quotes you want to them. Do you guys know how to use photo editors?
Well, I do everything in another form, but I know how to do it.
All right, let me show everyone else real quick, just so you have it. If you go to pixlr.com, Pixlr, you have Pixlr Editor, Pixlr Express, and Pixlr-O-Matic. So you can go in here. For example, in the Express, you can upload any image. You can put your own effects on it. You can put your own quote on it. And very, very quickly, you can have a gorgeous online marketing quote.
Yeah.
And it's Pixlr. I'll just grab this one, even though it's already edited. So this is the picture. This is from our boat in Seattle. This is the view from our bedroom. And that's Tony Jerry. So you guys can adjustments, effects, overlays, stickers. You can type right onto the text right here, and so forth. So you enter your text, apply, and you have your own quote. So we'll make sure you guys have incredible photography to be able to do that. And we're always thinking about motivational or business or professional and whatnot. Cool? And all right, very good. Let me go back to sales tools. I'm gonna get out of Pixlr. Okay. So to be able, reminder, set up your own fan page. Use all of our graphics to be able to customize your fan page. Use all the content that's in there, and then add Mike and I as administrators on your fan page, and we will have our social media team publish content to your fan page on your behalf. Plus, you publish your own. It's double the benefit with very little effort from you guys. In addition, each one of you will have a custom landing page.
And those are in progress.
I'm guessing by the end of today, so you're going to get a link that comes from Kathy, and it's going to be like 12steproadmap.com/Denise or Brian or Areachis or Janine and so forth. On your page, you will have your own custom web form that automatically takes any leads and opportunities that comes into that form and it sends it directly to you in the CRM system. So you get notified instantly. The lead goes right into the CRM system. So when you are doing social media marketing, we will take a series of content that is a conversion-based content, and we will drive people specifically to your custom landing page with your web form on it. So anything that happens on your Facebook page automatically goes into your lead system. All right, next, social media graphics. I'm going to click on this one. All of the social media tools have specific height and width pixels that are required when you're doing social media graphics. So we've made a list of all of these here. So anything that you need, you can get it here. If you need us to custom design stuff, just let us know what it is, what you're trying to do. And if you have an idea for custom design for a graphic we need, and it's something we can use across all of our businesses, then you work for the right company to be able to do custom design work. It's what we do. So, shoot the note over to us. Let us know what you think we need, why we need it, and we'll knock it out. And it's cool because we'll just drop it into the portfolio. All right. I'm going to close out of here. Next is you got to know how to use Google. Everything we do is in Google. We created a playlist that shows you specifically how to use all aspects of Google. This is going to show you how to set up a Gmail account. This is going to show you how to set up Google Drive. All of our contracts, agreements, sales, marketing materials are all inside Google Apps. So you got to know how to use it. You're going to live and die and breathe Google by the time you're done. This is how to use Google Calendar. All of our appointments are done on Google Calendar. Right now, when you guys get off this, I'm going to need to make sure that you share your calendars with me. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. This is Google Calendar. As you can see, your ability to be organized and disciplined on Google and inside our calendars is a make or break it. It is required. Hands down, there's a lot of stuff I'm lenient about, but scheduling is, we cannot have mistakes. Cannot. So let me go through a list of the types of sales you guys will, or the types of appointments you guys will have. The first appointment is a consultation. From a consultation, excuse me, let me back up. Here's the process. Generate a lead, which is maybe a registration for 12SR or lead form. The second is you will send them a link to the business. Is that on the business evaluation? Business evaluation. The next one is going to be business eval. You're going to send them an email, and this is already prepared in the CRM system. Let me see if they got attached to the sales page. I'll make sure that gets in there and in order. Right here under forms, I'm going to click on forms. And right here, you'll see a link called business evaluation. So A, the lead will already be set up in the system. B, you're going to send them the thank you for contacting us. In order for us to be better prepared, please fill out the business evaluation form. And it's going to have a link to this page. And this is going to ask them some very specific questions. What areas of the 12-step roadmap are they interested in? It's going to ask the number of salespeople, number of employees, annual revenue, year established, top 5 cities they want to focus on, top 5 industries they want to focus on, top 10 products or services sold, top 10 key phrases, top 5 phrases they want to rank for page 1 on. How many visitors and leads are they getting from their website currently? How many articles are they willing to committing to publish on a daily or weekly basis? And then they're going to submit this. This is going to give you all the details that you need for a good meeting. Let me paste this form here for you so you have it. All right. From a business evaluation, you're going to schedule a consult. So scheduling a consult is Google Calendar and go to meeting or join me.com. All right. So first things first, I'm going to go back over to our calendar. What I need you guys to do is to share your calendars with me. I should see your calendar. So I have Diane's, I have Diego's, I have Don's, I've got Janine's, I've got, and so forth. These are all the calendars. So I can turn on and off these calendars. If I want to see Janine's schedule, then I can easily turn hers on and off. And then all I need is your Gmail account, and I will share my calendar with you. So just send me an email that has your Gmail account, and I'll share my calendar with you. If there is a block and it says busy, that means that time is not available. If there is an open block, for example, a white space like this, then that means that time is available. You have the ability to book anything that is available. So be careful with some things logistically that are like holds. So if you say to a client or a prospect, you'll say, well, I've got Friday at this time and Wednesday at this time. Go ahead and get back to me. You're already putting yourself up in a position to possibly fail because somebody's going to snag that time. The client's going to get back to you the next day and you're going to look at the calendar and it's not going to be there. So try and secure the times instantly. When you're on the phone with them, say, I need to talk to you when you're in front of your calendar and we can pick out the time. Because that's just most important. Now, where to go? Back here. Okay. So scheduling a consultation, let me put some details in here as far as the things that you want to include. Back. Okay, this first thing you want to include is a CRM number. Second thing is client name, company, meeting type, website, link. All right. Let me just fix this because it's getting on my nerves. Okay. Now, I'm going to log into the CRM system and show you what that looks like. I really need to close my ADD down. Okay. Jeez. All right, when you're in the CRM system, under Sales Manager, choose the leader opportunity. Boom, first one up. I'm going to pick Janine because we're recording right here. Sorry. This is the lead number. Okay. So, and this is Janine just testing. So the lead number for this would be here. You would put Janine and the company's name in there. The meeting type is going to be initial consultation. Now, I'm going to go back up here. Let me give you the list of meeting types. The first one is initial consult. The second one is rescheduled consult. The third one is proposal review. And the final is closing meeting, but you're not going to put that on there. So you're going to have contract review. Okay? So that you have 3 things you're doing, and it depends on This depends on the kind of client you're with. If this is a larger company, and they're spending, you know, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 on a website, and they're spending a couple $1,000s a month on their marketing, then you're going to do all three of these. You're going to do an initial content. You may have to reschedule, maybe a proposal review. In here, if it's a big company, you also may do a board or an executive presentation. So I do these all the time. For example, the marketing director of XYZ Human Resources Company is who we have our initial meeting with, or the marketing person that's been tasked to get a new website for a law firm. They're the ones that initially contact us. We speak with them. They're oohing and ahhing and oh my gosh, and I've talked to so many people and you guys are the smartest and you have the best programs, and they get really excited, and then they're like, oh, how am I going to tell all the stuff you said to my bosses? So that one, you're gonna quickly tell them, you know what, I don't want you to have to do that. We absolutely will take the time to make sure that we can do a board or executive, or if it's the partners in the firm, we can do a presentation for them as well. So that's very, very normal. This is also very normal in the form of a nonprofit. If you have a board of directors, a nonprofit, a grant review, finance department, they've got a CFO that needs to review and approve things. Those are very normal processes for dealing with bigger companies. Okay, if it's a little guy, then you're probably going to do an initial consultation and you're going to do a final closing meeting, but you're not going to do all the middle stuff. Actually, they're the ones that usually do all the reschedules. I want to be real. So you'll do initial consultation. They'll not show for the meeting, or they'll need to reschedule. I'll leave that up to you as far as their reasoning. You will not do this. You're not going to do a proposal review. You will go right into a final closing meeting. You need to think about it from a budget standpoint too. If you've got someone that's spending a couple $100s a month and maybe $1,500 or $2,500 on a startup 5 or a 10-page website, you don't want to be spending, it doesn't make sense to be spending 5, 6, 7 hours of your time up front. Otherwise, you're not making any money anyway. And neither are we. So set the expectation. Small businesses with budgets for websites, for example, $1,500, $2,500, you're going to be doing an initial consultation and you'll be doing a contract review, and then they'll be making a decision. For bigger companies that have a more normal marketing budget, then you're going to be going through the process, and we put in the time and effort to make sure all of the necessary decision makers, users, key performance, or subject matter experts are presented to and comfortable. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so in the actual meeting notice, you're going to say the CRM number is this, the name of the client is this is an initial consultation, or this is a proposal review, or this is a closing meeting, and this is a website link. Okay, in the CRM system, you track everything in the CRM system. So I'm going through here. You have all of your initial client information, which is here. You want to put in the market segment. If this came in through a web form or a lead form, it's going to tell you what the promo code is and what page it came in for. So that'll be in promo code and media type. The difference between a lead and an opportunity. A lead is someone who just came in and you have not qualified them. An opportunity is someone you've had a conversation with and they have been deemed as qualified opportunity. So you want to toggle in between these. Why? Because when you get really busy and you've got 60 or 70 consults you're trying to juggle, some are in the proposal state, some are in the reschedule state, some are in the contract closing state, some are in the final proposal review state, you're going to need to be able to track who's where. And in the beginning, being lazy in the CRM system is typical. If you ever want to make any money and run a successful business, the CRM system is going to be the one place you're never lazy in, because our hope is that you have so many leads, opportunities, and deals you're juggling at the same time that you can't live without this thing being current and accurate. Okay, who it's assigned to. So if we have a new lead come in and we want to reassign it to somebody, we're going to pick who that person is. We're going to dispatch the lead to you guys. You guys are going to get a dispatch notice. That means you need to be contacting them within 24 hours to schedule a consultation. If you ever get a lead dispatched to you and it comes from us, 99.99999% of the time, that means contact them and schedule a consultation. If you have questions, shoot. The 2 ways to get the fastest response from us is going to be instant messenger on Google Chat. So you guys need to make sure part of your setup process is connecting with us on Google Chat, sending us a quick message so that we are communicating with you on a regular basis on Google Hangout. And also, I'm going to say our Facebook private messages is probably another fast way. Now, Rick is obviously a first-line resource. You can contact Rick mainly through telephone calls or email. That's how he prefers. I always tell people, if you're trying to get in touch with somebody busy, find out how they want to be communicated with and do that. So, because you're trying to get your needs met. Let me get you, Kat, are you in the GoToMeeting?
Yes, I am.
Can you answer some of the questions that are being posted in there?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Janine, I love that. For the execution presentation. I'm going to leave that one off this recording. Okay, so can we make a schedule and then set it up and GoToMeeting? All right. If you are going to use, let me come back to the CRM because that's a great question. We have a GoToMeeting account. Inside GoToMeeting, we can only have one GoToMeeting happening at any given time. So if you want to have a meeting, schedule everything in the meeting and tell Rick you've got the meeting booked, the confirmation has been done with the client, and ask him to set up the GoToMeeting for you. And he'll go those in. If you can't get a hold of Rick, you can ask Mike or you can ask Kathy. Definitely Rick first. And then later on, we'll make sure and get you guys going with Join Me, which is another version of GoToMeeting, and we can use either or. You guys are going to have instructions on how to create a Join Me account. It works just like GoToMeeting. It's free, and you guys can go create your own account. So if you haven't done that, definitely go do that. In case someone else on our team is using our GoToMeeting and you need to do presentations without me, you're going to want to have a join.me account. Is it join.me or joinme.com?
It's join.
Go look and let me know.
.me. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Good questions. Keep them coming in. And Kathy just gave you guys Rick's number.
Also, there's a training document of how to run it in there in that sales page.
All right. So you're going to schedule the consultation. Inside the CRM system, you're going to start updating statuses now. So first thing is, all communication to and from a customer starts and ends in the CRM system. What we don't want is any communications to a client or a prospect that's outside of the CRM. It is the worst thing you can possibly do. If somebody sends in a note and they complain and say, well, so-and-so didn't contact me back for 4 days, and I can go into the CRM system and say, well, actually, they responded to you that, yesterday or the day before, or the day after you sent in the request. Oh, well, I thought. Also, we can't help. This is designed to hold all documentation for our clients. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Inside the CRM, you're going to prioritize things, low, high, normal. You're also going to prioritize in a group. Is this an affiliate or a reseller? Is this someone you're trying to book a speaking event with? A new DNET member? Is this someone that was an event attendee? Someone that's promoting an event? An existing customer? Someone that's in the HVAC prospect? And then we have retainer clients, which is basic, elite, and intermediate. These are the size of the companies. Next, all the address information. You can't get paid unless we have the address of a customer. So it's very important to make sure that we get the address of a customer, especially the further down the sales stage you go. All right, next, opportunity type. 911. That's someone they tell you, I need to do this. It's in the budget. We're making a decision in the next 2 weeks. or it's when I go to a speaking event, it's somebody that fills out the lead sheet and they check 911. These are your highest priorities. 411, they want information, they're not sure, they may not be a decision maker, and so forth. All right, next, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 depends on the size of the company and how many of the digital things that they have in line. These are each one of the 12 steps. So strategy, content, website, video, branding, mobile, social, media, CRM, email. What are they interested in? If they're interested in multiple things and they don't have a good website, they're always going to be a phase 1 multi or a 911. If they're interested in becoming a reseller, booking a speaking event, if they're just registering for an event, if it's a meeting request, or they want to upgrade services to an existing client. Probability, everything starts with a 50-50 shot. The longer it takes you to get back with them, schedule an appointment, or the longer it takes, this goes down. The less qualified they are, this goes down. The faster you get back to them, schedule the appointment, get them out the agreement, and you know they're qualified, this goes up. As soon as they say I'm in, but we're waiting on an agreement, it goes to 90%. No one's 100% until you have an agreement and a check. Selling stage. You guys use these. You're going to want to know. You're going to live by these. If a customer says on hold, you're going to put on hold here. You're going to go up here and you're going to write in on hold, call back, or some people put follow up June, or follow up 3/2014. Use this as your notes that are going to jog your memory the most. Not contacted. I look through the CRM system on a regular basis. I have managers here that look through the CRM system. What we're looking for is all the blanks. Anybody that's not been contacted, that's a big deal, especially if it's attached to a speaking event. We can't do that, but all the opportunities that come in, we need to make sure that we are connecting with them to schedule an appointment. We're waiting for a meeting confirmation date. You're following up that the free consultation is scheduled. You're creating a proposal sent. So if it says creating proposal, that means it's probably something custom, not in our normal template bank that we need to help you do. I need to know which ones these are because I'm going to help you move those forward. The proposal's been sent. Follow up on proposal, follow up, final negotiations, contract received, but we're awaiting payment, contract and payment sent. If they close with a different vendor, you want to follow up in 90 days to ask how things are going. No clue follow-up. This is for those leads and opportunities in the system that when I ask somebody what's going on with them, they're like, I don't know, because they didn't take good notes. So I do keep track of these. Buying stage, you can go through those on your own. Opportunity value. This is the total value of the first check. Potential value is the total value if allocated over a year. So if you have someone that buys a website for $4,000 and all they're doing is paying let's say our entry-level marketing plan, then they're going to be paying $5,000 or $4,000 for their website plus $2,400 per year for their entry-level marketing plan. So the potential value would be the $2,400. Your opportunity value would be your $4,000 plus your first month of $200. Estimated close date, you're going to want to pick these out. You're going to ask them, and this is part, you'll get good at this, and I'll help you on these calls. But you want to find out when are you guys looking to launch this website? And if they say they want to launch this website May 30th, you're going to say, great, it's going to take 60 days. So you're going to want to close tomorrow. You want to get this into production next week in order to hit that date. Easiest way is work backwards. When do you want to have your website launched? They give you a date, work backwards 60 days. Bid date, when did you send them a proposal? These are very important. Description, this is a junk area. You can't sort or search by it, so it really has no value. If you want to put some notes in it, go for it. Next, over here, this is the information that's filled out when they fill out the business evaluation. The number of salespeople, number of employees, annual revenue year established. These are the four most important pieces of information for you to be able to even have the right kind of conversation with them. You cannot talk to someone who is running or owns a $100 million company the same way you have a conversation with someone that is trying to earn a paycheck or quit their job, for example. If they have a requested meeting time. So when we do a speaking event, we ask them, when do you want to meet? They may say Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4. Those dates get put in here. They're going to have different things they're interested in. You're going to check which ones they checked on the event. If there's a speaker thing, that comes in as far as filling out the lead forms. First, meeting date scheduled. You're going to go in and you're going to say, we have a meeting on the 22nd. I scheduled the meeting. I confirmed the meeting. The people didn't show up. I requested a reschedule meeting. Meeting was rescheduled. I got a confirmation, and we finally completed the meeting. Here's your reschedule dates. This process happens with your little guys. The bigger companies show up for their meetings. Proposal date. I had the meeting on the 25th. I sent the proposal on the 28th. You want to send it within a day or two, if not the same day. You already have the schedule. So when I'm on a sales call, what you'll notice with you is I will tell them what you're going to do. And you'll be listening very carefully to the last 15 minutes, as I'm going to tell them, all right, well, based on your budget, where you are, where you want to go, I'm going to recommend you do this step, and this step. Janine or Denise or Brian is going to send you out the right information. Let's go ahead and set up time now that we can go over that agreement. So while we're on the phone, we'll schedule the next meeting. So if we met on the 25th, we're going to schedule the next appointment for the 30th. That's going to be our proposal review date right here. And we're going to get it on the calendar there. Our job, our goal is to be very effective, very efficient, and very organized. Again, the more disciplined you are with this, the more money you're going to make. The more la-ti-da and sticky notes and trying to keep stuff in your head, you're not going to do well. So most of the reasons or most of the systems and processes we have within the company are there for a reason, and that's because we've got 10 years experience doing it, making mistakes, modifying it, and we have coaches and strategic partners that have advised us on what to do. So it's there for a reason. We mean it. We mean it. We mean it. I wish most sales organizations in any company were as sophisticated and systematized in the way that they manage their business, but just follow our lead on that because it's set up perfectly for you to be able to do this right. Follow-up date for closing. So we went over the proposal. While you're talking to them on the phone, we're going to make a statement such as, great, so I'm glad we were able to answer all of your questions. When would you like us to follow up to get you started on your project? And they're going to say, well, I just need to talk to my husband, and we'll go ahead and do that on how about call me back on Friday or whatever. So that's the first. Next, date closed. So we met with them here on May, and we closed them on the 5th. There's your sales pipeline. The number of pages they bought for their website, it's a little one that was 10. They're spending $2,500, for example. And then all of this information down here is what comes, again, this is another form. So you don't have to worry about putting all this in here right now because you can simply, once they close, you can send them to what's called the access management form. And in the access management form, this will request all of the details, all of the things that you see on Kat, if you'll fix that form. So for the access management form, let me go back. Where's our CRM? That's going to ask them these kind of questions. We need links to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so forth. All of this is for their project. So all you want to do is make sure they filled out that form. It'll be in the CRM system, and you are off and running onto the next deal, and our operations team takes over from there. Okay, so we've updated this lead for the most part now. On the right-hand side, any communication. So if you have an event, that's something you did today. So if you call them, you want to record. I left a voicemail. So you're just going to pick here. This is a quick note. And you're going to say voicemail, voicemail, and just keep track. It's going to put the date in there exactly of when you put this deal in system. Add the note. And it's going to show that you left them a voicemail today. Okay, this is very important. You have a ton of deals going on. Do not forget to do stuff like this. If you left an email, paste the email. If you leave a voicemail, leave the voicemail. If you tried to follow up, and so forth. All right. If you're going to send them an email, you're always going to start from the CRM system. So you're going to go here and you're going to say, I'm going to email Janine, for example. Janine, I'm glad you put a test account. This worked out perfect, actually. So from here, here's your emails. Now, in here, we have templates for everything, you guys. I'm telling you, organized, organized, organized. You need to email someone. Let's say you're going to email them and I tell them you're going to be sending out step 1 and 3. You're going to click step 1 and 3, click insert into the email. And it's going to say, thank you for inquiring, blah, 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 blah. We appreciate the opportunity to visit with you. We set your follow-up appointment. So you've got the follow-up date and time in there. Here's a link to the 2 agreements. Here's your contact information. You guys can edit little things like put your email in here and so forth. You guys can cut information out. You can add information in, but at least the nuts and bolts of your emails are already done. We're constantly adding new emails in here. So let's see here. This is if somebody requests to reschedule a meeting, go here. There's your reschedule. Already done. So it says, dear so-and-so, we received your request to reschedule a meeting. No problem. Let's go ahead and get your meeting rescheduled, blah, blah, blah. Here's the availability. You have all the meeting details in there. Boom, sent. Let me delete this. Let's see here. This is a second request so here's the first request for a meeting time. We received your note to request a meeting in order for me, blah, blah, blah. This has all the information in there. This is for a meeting request. That one needs edited. All right, this is a second request for a sales appointment. Dear so-and-so, I had previously touched base with you about your current positioning and the results of your website and social media brand online. I wanted to reach back out and see if maybe you have missed my message. I know you're interested in improving your overall results. We've agreed to provide you with a complimentary consultation. Also, a custom plan that we don't normally offer simply because we want to see you succeed. I'm excited to talk to you about these options and get you set up time with the strategy. This is one of the best things you could do for your business. Just for taking out the time to complete the strategy session, I'm going to give you a 6-month membership to DNET TV, our online marketing. So by the way, we have lots of little promos in here you can use anytime you want. So this is saying if you've tried to reach out to him to schedule a consultation, it didn't work. And if you schedule a consultation, we're going to give them a 6-month membership to DNET. So just notice that there's a lot of things we'll throw in promotions. You want to stay on top of these different email templates because there's a bunch of them in there. Let's see here. I don't even know what all these are. Okay, well, my recommendation is there's a few things you can do. You can go through the email templates there. You can also go into the system and under, actually, I wonder if you guys can see. I wonder if you guys can see this. Let me know if you can't, but you can see email templates. You should be able to see them under here. These are all of the different email templates that we have. So here is initial consultation. This is sales email number 1. I'm going to go to page 2. This is sales email number 3. Or excuse me, number 2. And this is sales email number 3. So let's say you've tried to reach out a few times with no success. Here's your final email. And this is really to drop them out of the system, to cancel the lead, move on. If you are emailing anyone from the system and you start from here and you send the email from here, it's automatically going to track that email inside the system, so you don't need to paste it or anything. It's all going to be in the system. Okay? If you have a task you need to do in the future, you can always go to tasks. You can click advanced tasks. You can create a subject, a description, say when you need to do it. And you can dispatch this task to yourself, and that's an easy way to be able to manage tasks. I don't know. Hang on. All right. Thoughts or questions so far? Take just a second for a break. Let's see here. Is there a list of the costs for everything? Talk to me, Janine. List of costs for which things? All the prices for contracts or sales? Okay. Yes, that's going to be under work. You're going to click on action plan. The ones that you should focus on right now, because I do not want you spending your time on everything, is going to be number 1, strategy and coaching marketing retainer. Number 2, number 3, standard website and blog. 3, accelerated website. This is for larger companies. This is for smaller companies. E-commerce, branding design, video, and mobile app. These are the only. Step 1 through 6 are the only things that you want to concentrate on. Everything else, don't even worry about it for now. These are the things you're going to worry about the most. The majority, 99% of businesses don't have the basics down, let alone them trying to get in all the other things. And familiarize yourself with the products and the agreements. I can tell you on the accelerated plan, it's $1,500 for a first page. It's $2,500 and $3,500. Those are fast programs. There's not as much communication. It's going to be a smaller company. I want you to think from a pricing standpoint on web. When you're dealing with a company that has a marketing coordinator, a marketing director, department heads, possibly executives, the owners, the board of directors, it's a lot different and more expensive and time consuming to be building a website for a company that has a soccer team of decision makers versus building a website for Joe. So there's associated costs with all the meetings that need to happen for that as well. But bottom line is, you guys don't have to pitch this stuff on yourself. Your first goal is, how do you sell an appointment? Get an appointment, get a consultation. That's what they need the most. If anybody ever asks you, what are you doing? How much does it cost? Your job is to say, I have no idea. It depends on what you need, but we do have solutions for everything from small businesses to enterprise-sized companies. Our goal is to find out where you are, where you want to go, and then we'll be able to tell you how we're going to help you get there. Cool? Okay. Let's see. That's the action plan. I'm going to go back to sales. All right. So I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I know this is a lot of information. We have register for sales training. Here's a playlist. Customize your fan pages. The biggest thing you guys want to do is start getting people to register for 12-step roadmap program and getting scheduled for consults. That's first and foremost, most important. We've got some other tools in here. These are all marketing tools you need. For example, let's get down in here, start marketing. There's the portfolio. Here's a link to the reseller program. That is a product itself, but we'll have reseller training later. We have an approved signature we use on all of our emails, so feel free to grab that. That's your email signature. How to set up your email account. If you do not have a CI Web Group email, just send a quick email to team@ciwebgroup.com. Tell them what you want your email to look like, blank@CIWebGroup, and Lorenzo Pearson will take care of getting that set up. And here's the instructions to set it up inside Gmail. A link to sales letters, a link to sales videos. So we have the videos in our YouTube accounts, on our Pinterest accounts. Plus, if you click on here, you have an organized list of all of our videos, and we use this for videos we need to make. So welcome to each one of our websites is here. We just launched a video productions department. That's here. If you want testimonials for me as a speaker, here's a list of people. Here's all those videos. If you want testimonials for CI Web Group, here's one. 12-step, here's one. If you want individual testimonials from clients on our services, we're building out an entire portfolio of these. We have so much film right now, we're just editing. If you want sales videos for specific products, just come here. You've got one for every product we sell. Let me give you the format in your head of what this looks like from a sales video. Hi, let me introduce you to CI Web Group. Boom, click here to watch a video. If you'd like to know what our clients think about us, here's a couple testimonials for blank. Bam, there's your videos. If you want more information on different solutions we offer, boom, there's all your products and services video. That is going to get more refined and more put in place, but everything is a 1 to 2 minute video, so nothing's really long and exhausting, very simple. And then we're building this library of videos for you to specifically go after a particular industry. HVAC is going to be the first industry that many people are going after. However, that's because we have a portfolio. If you have a industry that you have the most amount of existing contacts in, then talk to me about what that industry is, and we will develop a marketing plan specifically for that industry. If you know a bunch of people that are dentists, speakers, authors, marketing companies, whatever it is, tell us what that is, and our job is to make your job easier. So and then operations videos. If somebody wants to know how long does it take to build a website, what's the process, how does the social media marketing program work once I sign up, all of these things will be done as well. All right, I know that's a lot of information. I want to let you get back to Easter. Definitely go through the rest of the documents that are on the /sales page. Make sure you have this page. That one page is your gateway to everything that you need. And let's get you guys ripping and running and getting the schedules booked. Any other thoughts, questions, or comments before we head out of here?
Jennifer, this is Denise. This is being recorded, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
All right, cool. So that'll go inside the list of sales team training videos. So we'll go ahead and get this downloaded. We'll get it uploaded to Google.
They'll have the sales pages ready by this evening.
Your sales pages will be ready by this evening with your own lead capture forms on them. And those lead capture forms are tied automatically into the CRM system. So everything you need is in one place. So your first set of tasks, just in summary, is set up your marketing fan page, find the marketing graphics you want to use on your fan page, make Mike and I admins on your fan page. We'll get you into our marketing program right away, so you'll have content going out and you don't have to do that. Familiarize yourself with your own links. We have business cards being designed for each one of you, so you guys will be able to get the PSD files for those here probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm guessing.
I got everybody's names. I sent a few people emails to make sure I have their stuff how they want to be listed. So I have a PDF file already. Spreadsheet already.
Okay, perfect. And then you guys grab the sales letter and try and set up your first couple appointments. Anybody that's interested in sitting on sales meetings, I know Janine set up on a bunch of meetings, sat in on a bunch of meetings with me. Just let Kathy know, and Kathy will add you to all my sales appointments for the week. And you can jump in, listen, ask me questions afterwards. But I want you to learn. And the best way to do that is to do. So don't get stuck sitting on all my appointments. Start scheduling, start promoting the training program. And I guess that's my finished my meeting call right there. Ty, thank you very much, dog. All right, you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll send out the link to the training video as soon as we get done.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, bye guys.
Happy Easter. Thank you. Bye-bye.